Hi y'all, I'm Allison. We're here to start phase 2 of Bingo Maze. All of those spooky books that I put on my TBR earlier in the month, now I'm going to have a chance to read them. Because to play this game, I actually have to read the books. This is a mini readathon game. So ultimately what I'm trying to do during phase 2, which is where we are, is I have to get 3 bingos. So if I get 3 bingos on this board, then I will earn a blank for the next time the board is reset and a reward card that I can use during any of my TBR games. Those come in handy when I remember to use them. Anyway, it's pretty straightforward. Behind these colored things is a prompt. It's going to lead me to one of my books, hopefully from my TBR, as I mentioned before. And behind these are these little arrows, which once the color's uncovered, then we follow that arrow underneath it, and it leads us to our next one, and so on. You will see if this is your first time being here. It's really easy to understand once it gets going. Now this little white disc over here on the side, this explains what happens for a dead end. Because when the arrows, if they point at each other, run into a dead end, then we're going to do the dead end slide. And this determines which way it goes. Those slides can move a row or it can move a column. The whole thing will shift, which means if there was a bingo, it could disappear, but it could also create a bingo. So those 3 bingos that I mentioned have to be on the board when the timer runs out. Speaking of time, I'm going to have 60 hours. Got to find my clock, and I'll set that up in a second. Now, full disclosure, today is a Sunday. I think it's going on like 5 o'clock, something like that. I do have a doctor's appointment tomorrow morning. I have a repair guy come and fix the stove on Tuesday. So there's a lot going on. During those things that I, have no control over, I am going to pause my clock. I'm not going to lose that reading time. But everything else, while I'm sleeping and everything, that clock will continue to run down. So normally I could tell you exactly when it's going to end, but with all of the appointments that I've had lately and everything, this is the only way I can do it. Otherwise, if I wait for 2.5 days with no commitments, no time obligations on there, I'll never get to play. And Halloween's like in 5 days, so the clock is ticking, or it will be. Okay, let's go ahead and get the wheel, find out what our first number is gonna be, or wait, we don't use the wheel. See how I almost messed up? This is where we stopped last time. Number 14 was the number that we were led to. So, are you ready? Well, I'm gonna flip this over and then we'll follow that arrow. I'm glad it kind of starts out this way. We're just going to hit the ground running. By the way, this is all pre-game time, so it doesn't matter that my clock's not set up yet. Okay, so now you get to see we follow the arrow to this one, and whatever's under here will be my prompt, and I'm going to have to find a book for it. Historical fiction. I don't know if I have any historical fiction in my October TBR. Let me look and see what I can find. And also, just checking the board real quick. We're nowhere near a bingo. Historical fiction. Oh my God, I bet y'all saw that. Oh no. Oh, do you want to see? Look what happened. Oh my God. Okay, yeah, I'm going to download this footage and put the board back if I can. Oh my God, okay. Bye. Okay, I'm back. The board is back, and I was able to reassemble it. It may not be as neatly lined up, but it's okay. Everything's back. We should be good to go. That shelf is more stable, has more room for it. Okay, so where were we? It's already like an hour and a half later. I think it's like 7 o'clock or something. So, before the board took a nosedive off the shelf, I had historical fiction, and I do have one on my TBR for the month, and that is An Assembly Such as This by Pamela Aden. This is a verigris, I think is what they're called, Pride and Prejudice, and I believe in this one, it's based on what if Elizabeth never overheard the insult that Darcy made in regards to her. So what if he never said, she didn't know that he said that she wasn't handsome enough to tempt him. Oh, okay, I forgot. This is actually from Darcy's point of view. So it's going to, just going to reintroduce us to Darcy and Bingley. Okay, actually, I take it back. I don't think this is a verigris. I think this is just a retelling of Pride and Prejudice, but we're getting Darcy's point of view. And this one is going to cover the time in Hertfordshire. So when Darcy is staying at Netherfield with the Bingleys, and it's going to expand on that time period, and we're going to get everything from Darcy's point of view. This is a trilogy, and these are my absolute favorites of Pride and Prejudice retellings. So I'm really looking forward to getting back into it, even if it's not necessarily something spooky. I don't know that Ghostface, yeah, maybe Ghostface would like reading these. I doubt it though. Anyway, the board gave me enough of a scare, I guess, for kicking off our little readathon. All right. So I am going to have some dinner. Then I'll come back for yet a third time, and we will start the clock, and I will begin reading this. Hopefully before the night is over, I'll be able to come back and we'll flip and get another prompt. I don't know. We'll see. I will see you in just a little bit, and we'll officially kick this off. Okay, I'm popping in to finally start the clock. It's 7:30 on Sunday night, which means if there wasn't any pausing or anything, this would be ending on 7:30 a Wednesday morning. But that's not going to happen because, like I said, I know I will be pausing a couple of times. And also, if we get to the last day and I've got like 3 hours and it's midnight, I'm not going to keep it up, stay up until 3 a.m. I will pause if there's, less than 6 hours as of midnight, and then resume it when I get up in the morning. I don't want to lose the tail end of it sleeping just because things are a little weird this time. It always gets a little tricky on the 60-hour days because it's 2.5 full days. Anyway, I've got reading to do, and let's go ahead and get that clock started. So the clock is going. I'm going to dash off and start reading a Pride and Prejudice retelling. I will see y'all when this is done, and then we'll find out what our next prompt is going to be. Hopefully, I wonder if I can read this before midnight. I don't know. It's not too long. So Sunday, before I went to bed, I got to page 70, and then I warned y'all I was going to be pausing the clock on Monday morning because I had appointments and a very busy day. So I managed to make it up to page 107, I believe, before I paused everything at 10 something. I had an appointment, got stage 1 lymphedema, had to go deal with that. Came home, I deep cleaned my stove. Some family time. My mom was having kind of a rough day, and I just never restarted the clock. My stove is super clean. I think I deep cleaned that thing for like 4 or 5 hours. Jamming my music, it was very therapeutic. But by the time I finished everything, I was just like, no. As much as I love the book, I just cannot read tonight. So I didn't turn my clock back on and pause it and begin reading again until Tuesday afternoon around 4 something. And I finally finished this last night. It is now Wednesday. And look, we've almost used up half of the bingo maze time. It's almost halfway gone. So, yeah, I'm finally going to find out book 2. I finished this. Absolutely still love it. It is by far my favorite. If you ever want a Pride and Prejudice retelling or like expansion, and this is from Darcy's point of view, highly, highly recommend this series. It has held up through the years. Love it. I think it came out in 2003. Anyway, let's get the board, flip that before I have to pause my clock again because I've got another very, very busy morning with appointments and everything, but hopefully mid-afternoon it'll all settle out, and then we'll just dive into this and there will be no more pausing. Okay, we need our board. So we'll go ahead and flip this one because that's where we left. I can't believe it's already Wednesday morning. Halloween's in a day and a half, and I want this video going up before then. Okay, so we get to follow the arrow up to number 3. Will it be lucky number 3? Still no. Bingo. Ebook. I have 2 ebooks on my list. All right, I've got Graveminder, which is a Halloween one, and I have another book turn. I've got 3 turned sideways. Let me look and see what my ebooks are on my TBR. One of the things I did do while my clock was paused was updated my journal. Graveminder. I'm gonna have to choose quick because it's almost time to go. And of course, my Nook isn't charged. That's just how it goes, right? Oh, Weekend with Mr. Darcy. That's a buzzword. And I don't remember what the other... We'll just go with Graveminder. I haven't had a scary book yet for October. Here's the cover of it. I'll tell you what it was about when I come back. I think there's like an ancient burial ground. And this one family is the Graveminders. They keep the spirits in the ground, in the graves, I think. Anyway, the cover looks spooky, and I will let you know about it when I come back at the end of the book. Actually, I'll come back and let you know when I unpause. Okay, bye. Wish me luck. Walk with me. We're going over here to get us closer to the clock. Because, yeah, this thing is still frozen. It's about 4:30 in the afternoon on, what day is this? It's Wednesday. Yeah, on Wednesday after tomorrow. I popped in this morning to let you know where things stood and that I was going to pause the clock. I thought it would just be till about 1 or so. But, of course, nope, the day got away from me yet again. All of the appointments are done. There's nothing scheduled till like next Wednesday, I think. Unless I just forgot to write it down, which is very highly likely. Anyway, I am going to turn that back on. I am going to go read a Graveminder on. Look, I went out and got a new Nook today. That's one of the reasons delayed. So excited. It's strictly Nook books. And the first book that will be read on it is Graveminder. It's all in black and white. Can you see it? My old Nook, actually a tablet, I can't get a new cover for it. It's a Samsung full-on tablet, color, everything, but it is so heavy and it hurts. You know, I'm sore from driving and everything, and this hurts my wrist, but I will miss the pretty colors because this puppy, everything was in color. But it weighs a ton. Here's what the current cover looks like. But this is the cover that I bought it. When I bought it, that's what it was. I hate how they update covers. It should stay the same. Anyway, I'm going to stop wasting time, literally. Oh, wait. First, I got to have the ability to waste time. And we got to get serious about Bingo Maze. Okay, I have 34 hours. I've already lost, 26 hours. And I have read 1 book. So I'm going to be Superwoman and see how many books I can get read before that clock runs out. And hopefully today will be Halloween. Hoping to finish this. We'll finish Thursday. I think it'll probably be around midnight or something. I haven't done the math. And this video will go up on Halloween. That's the plan. Hopefully it works. I'm going to go run off with my new lightweight Nook Glow light. I don't remember what it's called, but I'm excited by it. It was free because I used old birthday gift cards and my reward member thingies, reward points. There we go. Yeah, I'm in this. I'm gonna go read and get scared because this one, the Graveminder, there's gonna be things that are trying to come out of the graveyard. In our main family, they keep them there. They're the Graveminders. So I'm going to go spend some time with them. Bye. Good morning. I finished it maybe about 10 minutes ago. It's a little bit after 9 o'clock. I have 18 hours left. Nothing on the schedule today. There's no appointments, no repairmen, nothing. No obligations. So I'm hoping I can get a lot of reading done today because I think we've only read 2 books. And that's not a readathon. No, we need more books. So let's grab the board and find out what's going to be next. By the way, I think I would give Graveminder a 4. I really enjoyed it, but it wasn't scary, but it was a really good gothic little tale, quite atmospheric. And it looks like it's the start of a series, and she actually wrote the second book in 2020. So I'll have to get that on my nook. Okay, we're on number 3. Let's go ahead and flip it and see where it's going to send us. We still nowhere near close for a bingo. I'm trying to... Okay. So on these, we picture that row over here. So we would be pointing to the number 5, which points to the 8. Oh, that row only needs one more, but we're way over on this side of the board. Thriller. I've got thrillers. There's surely one over there. Hopefully I can find something short and quick. And it'd be good to have a horror movie or a horror book, because tomorrow's Halloween and I still haven't been scared. I've been getting really vague prompts. Oh, we've found the 2 genres. That's what it was. Okay, thriller. Okay, I don't know. I looked, and 5 Survived by Holly Jackson. That's a thriller. And so is 3 Hours by Rosamund Lupton. YA. Group of friends, and they get stranded somewhere, and there's a killer on the loose. School shooting. I don't know that I want to start my day with a school under lockdown. I'm looking at the font and the margins to see what has, because the books I've picked so far had very small margins and small font. And it looks like I'm kind of tempted to do 3 Hours, because I'm more motivated to read this one than I am this one, because I'm kind of scared of this one. But I don't know that I want to start my day off with. I'm going to... Shoot. Looks like 303 pages versus, I think, 388. Holly Jackson is more pages, but I think... You know what? I really love A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and I've had this forever. I'm going to read 5 Survive. So that's my thriller. Hopefully I'll knock this out this morning and maybe dip into early afternoon. Maybe I can get back around 1 or 2 o'clock. I don't know. We'll see. I think, like I said, it's around 9. So I'm going to go shuffle off and start reading as soon as I update my reading journal for Graveminder. Oh, and how do you like today's? It's a Ouija board. All right. I will see y'all when I'm done with this book. All right. I'm back. And yeah, it's nowhere near 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's 9 o'clock at night, but I finished it. So I had a lot of fun with this one. Kind of had an 80s little, I Know What You Did Last Summer horror vibe at the beginning, or the first half of it. And it kind of changes into a little bit more, it's a little more in depth of what's going on, but I really enjoyed it. And there's a couple of characters in here that are really fun to hate. So that being said, we get to flip over the arrow and hopefully maybe get 1 bingo. Exactly, as you can see, I still have 6 hours and 20 minutes. So which means this will end at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm obviously not staying up till 3 a.m. We'll figure out that part a little bit later. But right now, we're going to flip over number 8. And if it points us up to the corner, then we get a bingo. No, but it does point us. Okay, so we go to the 10 and then down to 22. So it gave us a spot. We didn't get to do any slides today. Oh, look, under 299 pages. Oh. Let me see if I have a short book on my stack. I haven't read Small Spaces yet. Halloween's in 3 hours. How many pages is it? 23. It looks like there's a teaser book at the, bonus chapter at the end for something else. Maybe, although I think this starts a series, so maybe it's the next book. Oh, I was like, oh no, it's 216 pages, but it's 216 pages because we need under 299. So I am going to read this tonight. I don't know. Maybe actually we'll stay up until I finish this one. We'll see. I am going to eat a little bit of dinner first, and then I'm going to dive into this one. I know this is the middle grade, and they are going on a field trip to a cemetery, and I have been dying to read this. I've heard such great things about it. So I will be back with y'all after I read Small Spaces. Good morning. It's Halloween. I did not finish my book last night. I, in fact, went to bed early, and when I did, I still had 4 hours left on the clock. I don't know what happened with the clock because I spent the morning reading, and I took a shower, and I still had, I think, a good hour left on the clock. And then it turned red, and it went to minutes and seconds, and it was showing as 10 minutes left or something like that. And then, but it paused itself. So I went and unpaused it, and now it's at 35 hours. I have no idea what's going on with it. All I know is I had over a good hour left when it was already down to minutes. I don't know when that happened. At some point, I really wasn't paying attention to the timer because, like I said, I knew I had plenty of time. So anyway, I finished Small Spaces this morning, and within the time, absolutely loved it. This was so much fun. It had the creepy vibes that I wanted, and I love Olivia and her little friends. And yeah, quite a creepy little story. I'm looking forward to moving on in this series. I'm so glad I read it. So now I decided it's Halloween. I have only read 4 books. We are nowhere near getting 3 bingos on my little game. And you know what? Originally, I've been editing this video as we go along. And I was like, okay, well, I can edit the very last part, put it up on Halloween day, and everything will be good. And I've decided, you know what? I want to celebrate Halloween. Yeah, I want to really go with the Halloween vibes. So what we're going to do is I'm going to continue on. I'm just going to read today. We're going to continue the game today. It's just going to, until I go to bed. So until midnight. We're not going to bother with the timer. I will do as much as I can between now and bedtime. So that being said, I need the board. We're going to flip, and hopefully I'll get another scary book out of it. I don't. Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead. I'm thinking this through, going, is this really a good idea? But yeah, we're just going to run with it. Okay. So we were on 22 last time. And it's pointing, trying to make sure everything doesn't fly off the board. So we go down here to here. Awesome. It gave us another spot. And it was meant to be. Random Once Upon a Book Club box. And look what I still haven't opened. My hair just will not stay out of my face. So, I will be reading this and opening gifts, which means I have to start another video. Which means I'm going to have a Halloween video after Halloween. I don't know. Maybe I'll just hold on to this video for next October. Let me know down in the comments if you want me to release this now or just save it for next spooky season. Because, you know, once tomorrow, November hits, all the Halloween kind of stuff is no longer relevant, sadly. Okay, so I am going to open that up, start another video, and we'll see y'all when I'm done. Bye. I decided to come back in because I never showed you the book. Just pointed off the box. So it's an Ancient Witch's Guide to Modern Dating by Cecilia Ward. And this is going to be a cozy rom-com. And I've already opened up the first gift. This is going to be a fun book, I think. Really excited about it. And we have a witch who's going to be coming forward to the modern world. She starts out in ancient times, I think 1690s or so. And somehow she ends up in modern day, and she's looking for a mate. So she's going to be part of the modern dating scene, which means, I believe, using online dating sites and the whole gamut. So it should be a lot of fun. All right, I decided to go ahead and restart the clock. So I've got 12 hours and 32 minutes, so that'll run out at 1 a.m. I'll probably quit at midnight because that's my typical bedtime, but I give myself till 1 a.m. So we'll see if I can potentially read this one and maybe start another book before then. I don't think we'll get our 3 bingos, but it's Halloween and this week has been up and down with me being able to play. So we're just gonna, I decided to commit to it. So reset the clock and we'll go from here. So there you go. 12 hours and 31 minutes. I'll be back when I'm done with an ancient witch. All right, it's a little bit after 9 o'clock. About 2 hours and 52 minutes left. I did finish an ancient witch's guide to modern dating. And I also filmed the video and opened the gifts. And it's been a long day. So I don't think I'm going to pick another book. You know, I've already stretched the time on this one as long as I can, probably longer than I should have. This has been a weird bingo maze round, but I still had fun. And I did not get a bingo. I got close. I was close to the diagonal and to this one. So I was close to 2 of them. I didn't get one. So far I haven't earned any blanks for next time we reset the board. I will be playing it again in November. Hopefully more towards the beginning of the month than at the end. We will see how life plays out. So I hope to see you when this game comes back. In the meantime, there will be a Just Spin It for sure. We got to set up the new TBR anyway. All right, have a good one and I'll see you next time.